USS Zumwalt is a guided missile destroyer of the United States Navy. She is the lead ship of the Zumwalt class and the first ship to be named for Admiral Elmo Zumwalt. Zumwalt has stealth capabilities, having a radar cross-section akin to a fishing boat despite her large size. On the 7th of December 2015, Zumwalt began her sea trial preparatory to joining the Pacific Fleet. She is to be home-ported in San Diego, California. The ship will be commissioned in Baltimore on October 15, 2016. Etymology: Zumwalt is named after Elmo Russell Zumwalt, Jr., who was an American naval officer and the youngest man to serve as the Chief of Naval Operations. As an admiral and later the 19th Chief of Naval Operations, Zumwalt played a major role in U.S. military history, especially during the Vietnam War. A highly decorated war veteran, Zumwalt reformed the U.S. Navy's personnel policies in an effort to improve enlisted life and ease racial tensions. After he retired from a 32-year naval career, he launched an unsuccessful campaign for the United States Senate. The hull classification symbol for Zumwalt is DDG-1000, departing from the guided missile destroyer, which the latest is DDG-124. USS Harvey C. Barnum, Jr. As of 2016, the latest of the named Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. Zumwalt continues the previous gun destroyer sequence left off with the 1983 DD-997, the last of the Spruance-class USS Haler, with the production run of the Zumwalt class limited to 3 units. Plans are underway for a third flight of Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. History: many of the ship's features were originally developed under the DD-21 program. In 2001, Congress cut the DD-21 program by half as part of the SC-21 program. To save it, the acquisition program was renamed as DD and heavily reworked. The initial funding allocation for DDG-1000 was included in the National Defense Authorization Act of 2007. The $1.4 billion contract was awarded to Bath Iron Works in Bath, Maine. Full-rate production officially began on the 11th of February 2009. In July 2008, the construction timetable was for General Dynamics to deliver the ship in April 2013, with March 2015 as the target for Zumwalt to meet her initial operating capability. However, by 2012 the planned completion and delivery of the vessel had slipped to the 2014 fiscal year. The first section of the ship was laid down on the slipway at Bath Iron Works on the 17th of November 2011. By this point, fabrication of the ship was over 60% complete. The naming ceremony was planned from the 19th of October 2013, but was cancelled due to the United States federal government shutdown of 2013. The vessel was launched from its shipyard in Bath, Maine on the 29th of October 2013. In January 2014, Zumwalt began to prepare for heavy weather trials, to see how the ship and her instrumentation react to high winds, stormy seas, and adverse weather conditions. The ship's new wave-piercing inverted bow and tumble-home hull configuration reduce her radar cross-section. Tests involved lateral and vertical accelerations and pitch and roll. Later tests included fuel unloading, data center tests, propulsion events, X-band radar evaluations, and mission systems activation to finalize integration of electronics. These all culminated in builders' trials and acceptance trials, with delivery for U.S. Navy tests in late 2014, and with initial operating capability to be reached by 2016. Zumwalt's commanding officer is Captain James A. Kirk. Kirk attracted some media attention when he was first named captain, due to the similarity of his name to that of the Star Trek television character Captain James T. Kirk. played by William Shatner. Shatner wrote a letter of support to Zumwalt's crew in April 2014. On the 7th of December 2015, the ship departed Bath Iron Works for sea trials to allow the Navy and contractors to operate the vessel under rigorous conditions to determine whether the Zumwalt is ready to join the fleet as an actively commissioned warship. On the 12th of December 2015, during sea trials, Zumwalt responded to a U.S. Coast Guard call for assistance for a fishing boat captain who was experiencing a medical emergency 40 nautical miles from Portland, Maine. Due to deck conditions, the Coast Guard helicopter was unable to hoist the patient from the fishing boat, so the Zumwalt crew transferred him to the destroyer using an 11-meter rigid-hulled inflatable boat, from which he was transported to shore by the Coast Guard helicopter and then to a hospital. The U.S. Navy accepted delivery of Zumwalt on the 20th of May 2016. Role: the Zumwalt class was designed with multi-mission capability. Unlike previous destroyer classes, designed primarily for deep-water combat, the Zumwalt class was primarily designed to support ground forces in land attacks, in addition to the usual destroyer missions of anti-air, anti-surface and undersea warfare. The long-range land attack projectile, one of a range of land attack and ballistic projectiles with a range of up to 100 nautical miles fired from a gun, is a key component.